All right, let's get started. So if you do grab yourself a chair, because you're going to want a chair today, but we're also going to still use our mats. So we'll lay down on our back. We're going to bring our feet up onto the seat of the chair. You can always put your feet to the side if you want to be able to tuck the chair out right behind your knees there. And then try. Sometimes people don't like to have their chair on their mat. Do whatever makes you feel comfortable with that. And then again, trying to have our knees basically straight up from our hips and grounding into the lower back here. The shoulders, of course, nice and wide. Open up those palms. Let's close down your eyes. And as always, we'll just find that rhythm here. So we start to breathe through the nose. And without even trying to, your breath slows down. Your body relaxes. Allowing your awareness, your mind to come towards that breath, feeling the chest rise and fall, the belly. Add a gentle sway of the head. And as you melt back to the center, notice that there's more relaxation throughout the shoulders, more widening, rooting at those collarbones, outer edges. The ribs drawn down just a little bit, connecting to the belly. Let's just give our fingers and our toes a little move. Except when we're doing yoga, when do we ever really do this kind of stretching for our feet? So it's such a good little way to kind of honor into that part of our body as well. When you're ready, let's slide our feet closer towards the edge of the chair, drawing the knees towards the chest. You can bring your arms up, hold on to those knees. Just add a little sway here. The chair is going to come and go, so don't get too attached to how close the chair is towards you, whether you're pushing it away or tucking it in at some point. Now, as you feel a little more relaxed onto the back there, let's start to open up those knees, allowing the feet to come together. Now, sometimes the chair starts to slide away from you. It depends on how you have it. So you can put your feet a little more on top of the seat, or you can use the edge of the chair to allow it to have a little bit of that resistance, drawing it towards you. Depends how it's sitting. You can have it against the wall so it's not moving, or you can even hang on to it to be able to create that support there. You decide. Now try to get the shoulders to relax though, even if you're choosing to hold on to the chair here at first. Breath. Let's add a little bit of a movement, just a little side to side, but almost like a teeter-totter. One knee kind of sways down, the other one shifts up. Just a little movement there. Now, if you are having to hold your chair, make sure your legs don't slide away. Put your heels back up on top, whatever's easiest. So that way then we can relax the shoulders and let's bring our arms out to the side here. Feel a little more opening throughout our chest, widening across. See if we can add a little more to that. Draw one arm up at a time, maybe a little higher. Make sure those shoulders aren't taking on too much. Deep breath. With your next breath, let's add a little stretch. So no matter where your arms are, just add a little reach out of your torso, lengthen away. And then let's calmly bring our arms down. How they got there is wonderful. Relax the shoulders, of course. Just giving our body that opportunity to ground there before reaching towards the knees. And then just start to bring your knees towards each other. Let's pause here. Again, maybe drawing them towards the chest. Adding a little swing. When you're ready, place those heels back up onto the chair and just slide your right foot up. Your knee could flop out to the side if you'd like, whatever's comfortable, because we're going to bring that left knee towards the armpit. So start with just a little bit of a tuck there. Think of grounding our hips down onto the mat, just creating some of that opening. Now, we're just going to point and flex the foot. Works with our sciatica a little bit, or our ankle. And then when you're ready, just flex the foot just to keep that knee safe. So as we bring that elbow around inside, reaching over the shin to the outside of the foot, root the shoulder back down towards the mat, keeping the knee lightly tucked in. Don't let it wing out and away from you. Do keep it just a little bit towards that shoulder. Now, we of course could use our strap instead. So if you find that it's a little bit pulling on that shoulder, grab the strap, bring it around your hands, and ground from there. So maybe lifting the heel. If you added your strap, maybe give you a little more space for the stretch. If you've never explored what it's like to use a strap in some poses, sometimes it's good to try it out. You might be surprised that giving yourself a little extra space all of a sudden gives you that extra space to embrace the stretch. See again, if you're needing or would like to add that extra pull, making sure you're using your muscles, not just letting it pull from the shoulder. And then nice and slow, relax that leg away. Let's bring that heel down onto the chair there. Maybe bring those knees to add a little sway, maybe drawing them into your chest again. Just take the time, breathe to what you're noticing, showing up here. Once again, just make sure those shoulders are relaxed. Sometimes we let them crawl up during that pose. Bring your legs back up onto the comfort of our chair. Just let that left leg flop to the side. Let's start with the tuck of our knee. Pushing our hips lightly towards the mat, creating that distance for us. A little movement. Add that space again. So flexing, pointing out of the toes. So take the time, point your toes like ballerina, push out of those heels. double check. Keep those shoulders relaxed. Let's do the other side. So when you're ready again, elbow to the inside, reaching to the outside of the foot. Keep your knee tapped towards you. Encourage yourself to widen the collarbones again before finding extension. Maybe right away grab your strap. Keeping that opposite hip down and really reaching out from the hips. Find that fluidness of your breath. That's your energy moving. See about relaxing the muscles on your face. Let's just get one more good breath here. Nice and controlled, releasing the heel back towards the chair. Slide on. Bring those knees a little bit together. Again, maybe just resting on the heels, adding a little sway. Maybe draw the knees in. Once again, just slide those calves back up onto the chair, heel into those hips. Feel that nice extra space, that grounding into the lower back. And let's go back to the left leg. So bring that knee back into the chest and then flex the foot. You're going to bring that ankle now onto the opposite knee. Let that knee draw away from you. Hang on to your heel. If you feel you need a little more, see about sliding that leg towards you. If you find there's a lot of resistance, just like before, you could push the chair away and then use the edge of the chair to create some of that press as well, bringing that leg in so that we're hoping for that stretch. The one thing you want to make sure, especially when we're using the extra push, is that your bum hasn't left the ground. So if you find your hips are really lifted, make sure you, again, give yourself a little more space until that rooting. Because that way then we're going to open more into the hip than our back. So be aware, be kind. You could still add your sway. After a while, it's nice to add a little movement, keeps the mind focused, keeps it kind. And again, just make sure the shoulders are nice and relaxed. And then just slide that leg back onto the chair. And then just slide your left leg along the right to get there too. Once again, just a little bit of movement, a little sway out. Maybe a stretch out of your knees. Getting those hips grounded back into the mat again. Let's just rest that left leg, draw your right knee into the chest. Again, a little bit of a push down towards the mat, flex the foot. Open up. Shoulders stay relaxed. Let's bring the legs towards us. How did you choose to set up for the other side? Maybe that's a good starting point for this side, but it might not be where you worked from. It might be completely different on this side to the first one. Take the time. You know what they say, you're the best project you're going to work on. So you're worth taking the time to find what feels good, works the best. Shoulders relaxed. Maybe a little movement. Keeping the focus, feel the breath, hear the breath maybe, especially if the pose is really intense. And one more breath here. No rush. Slide that left leg onto the chair. Right leg to fall. Any movement. Now, if you did push your chair quite far away, you just want to bring it back in a little bit. So, tuck your toes, draw it up, whatever works to get it towards you. Bringing your feet back up onto the chair. Slide your legs back up. Try bringing the chair so that it's behind your knees as much as you can, having kind of the edge of the chair right up along behind the knees, having them straight from those hips. Then from there, bring those arms down by your side. We're just going to give our shoulders just that extra little tuck. So relax the shoulders from there. Bring the belly down onto your mat, and then slide the heels towards the edge of your chair, so the knees come in towards your chest. Now you can go right onto the edge of the chair, or just simply pushing onto your heels. I'm going to start to lift the bum and push. Squeeze into the tush. Feel the shoulders here. Let's tuck one shoulder and then the other. Squeeze. Now, some days when our back isn't our best friend, this big lift is a little extra, a little too much. It's as simple as just pushing your chair away, bringing your heels down, use your hands as a little measurement, and then lifting your hips in more of that traditional bridge. Either way, whether we're on our chair or we're on our floor, we're going to tuck our shoulders just a little bit more. Really think of dropping them away from the tops of the ears. You're kind of flattening out through the neck. Try to avoid tucking your chin. keep it long. Squeeze to the tush, push those hips a little higher. And then nice and slow, lower down. Open the shoulders, whether you're on the chair or on the floor. Bring your knees back into the chest. And one more time, we'll just add a little sway, adding that loosening, connecting. If you'd like a little extra, maybe add that chin tuck up this time. So with that grounding there, just again, think of the shoulders away from those ears. Let's bring our legs back up onto the chair. Your chair's really far away, like mine is. I'm just going to pull it a little closer, and then again, just grab my knee on top. Now, from here, with that rooting of my feet, I'm going to bring my left knee back to the chest again. You might want to use your strap. You might just use the hands. Excuse me. Start to kick your leg up towards the ceiling. Pull those toes towards your shins, pressing out of the heels. Keep that knee soft as you draw it towards you. Encourage yourself to move those hips down. If you are using your strap, just make sure, again, you're not causing pressure on the arch of your foot or at those wrists. So maybe even wrapping the hands around the strap there just once. That way you get a little extra. Keeping those hips nice and square, not allowing them to shift either side. And again, let your breath match the intensity that you're taking this stretch. With your next inhale, take the leg up towards the ceiling. Now we're just going to bring it a little over towards its shoulders. So as you come down, bring it a little over towards the left. And release up and release the foot. Of course, let that ground down, any little shifting, and we'll set up for the other side. That foot comes up, extends. Out of the heel, flex the toes. Check, hips are square onto the mat again. Start to draw that leg towards you. Soften to your knees. Your shoulders as well. Make sure you're not pulling too much with those arms. Letting the breath match that space there, that intensity rather. Pressing out of that heel. Bring that a little bit to the side. So with a nice inhale, stretching out. And then drawing just a little over to the side. Make sure those hips stay pressed down. And then again, back to the center. Lift the foot out. Bring that foot down. Bring those straps down if you're using it. Release it. Let's put it all together. So again, whether you're on the mat or whether you're on your chair with your feet, tuck your shoulders. We're just going to explore different ways of going into plow. So pushing down through our heels, flex your toes, tuck your belly, so push it down, and push, lifting up, tuck your shoulders. Pressing the back of the neck down, keep your chin away from your chest, deep breath. Now from here, see if you feel comfortable. Maybe draw the feet, tuck, take one leg up towards the ceiling, reach, and then just push and reach it back and behind you. Oh, explore what's showing up. That fear, that's all part of it. Bring your leg down rather, and then other side goes up and back, stretch, big stretch. And drawing back. Let's relax. So relax the shoulders, wiggling the thumb. Back. Deep breath. After that calm, it's always good to come into a little calm after such an open pose. Feel the body and breath again, just breathing back from here. We're going to bring ourselves around. So we're going to bring our knees towards the chest and coming off the chair. That way we can lower or roll over and then press up so that we can turn to our chair now. So bring our legs back, draw onto our knees, curl the toes under and then come back. But now you're going to need to keep the elbows on the chair. So we'll walk forward. Start with the elbows there, kind of just the forearms on the chair. Curl the toes. Tend to sit back. You might not get all the way. Now letting the head drop in between those arms, kind of just so the ears and the arms are together here. And then pull back with those sitting bones. Draw in with your ribs. Beautiful stretch out for the chest, the shoulders. Make sure the shoulders are relaxed. Notice if you're squeezing in beside your head. Let's add a little more. Bring those elbows bent and point your hands towards the ceiling. Now I find that quite intense. So I'm going to cross at my wrists. So get a little more of a stretch, but it's not putting this pressure on the tops of my shoulders. Then from here, see about drawing your hands back even further, maybe behind the head. I find that takes the pressure off the shoulders, and you might be able to bring your hands maybe back towards each other. Pull the rib cage in. Notice if you're starting to arch. Reach back, reach out. Nice and slow. The hands draw up. Again, I'm going to cross with the wrists, draw them forward. Once you're ready, lift your back, shifting forward, and then walk your knees up. So that way we can perch onto the knees and just get our shoulders to relax back. Oh, that was a big stretch. Maybe even shake them out a little bit. Bring your hands up onto your chair, and then from here we're going to come in up to standing. So whatever you feel comfortable with, find your way into there. Bring your feet back, and then same idea, but try to keep the shoulders relaxed. So after that big stretch, I like to go to downward dog after that because now you know how much pressure is in your arms. So relax your arms completely. Hardly any press into those arms at all. Let your bum try to go behind your heels, bend into your knees. That way we can push down through the heels. If you're looking for length, as always, it's through our sides here. So really do your best to keep the arms completely relaxed. No weight needed. Lengthen back. Take your time. Maybe explore a little bit more. Maybe come a little closer. See what's going to offer to the body today. Nice. From here, if you've been doing a little bit of movement, that's great. Just tuck your belly in and just walk a little bit closer towards the chair. Now walking up so that our shoulders come up above our wrists. Relax the shoulders, of course, and then just check your feet underneath your hips. We're attempting to get that connection there. So spread out your toes, looking down, of course, you want that to work. Now just slide your right leg back, bringing the toes onto the mat. And then try to keep that hip so it's nice and square, so it didn't lift up as that leg went back. Push off the chair with your arms. Tuck your belly, and then see about lifting that leg up, reaching it out behind you. Stretch it out. Again, can we keep that hip towards the ground? Let's push out of our heel instead of the toes. From there, again, pushing the ground away, start to look towards the front of the chair. See about bringing your left arm up beside your ear, reaching forward. Pull the belly in. Keep pushing the chair away. Reach out of that back heel. Reach out of those arms. Nice and slow. Bring the arm in, bring the heel in. Let's root it down. Shake it. Relax the shoulders. Create that center. So just like before, pressing the chair away, turn your elbows in. Just as important when we're on the chair as we are on the ground. And we root our feet. Spreading our toes, getting your weight just a little bit towards the heel. Pull your belly button up. Let's take that left leg back. So I almost did the same one twice. Stretch it back. Now again, drop those hips. Try to even take a look. With that center, push the ground away. Then start to lift that leg. You really want to feel like you're connecting with that tush. So squeezing into the glutes. Press out of your heel. This helps keep our hips to the ground. Push the mat or chair away. Pushing the mat away as well with that leg. Let's look forward. See if it's available. We bring that right arm forward. Reach. Don't add stress into the neck. Make sure you're still lengthening out and away from the tops of the shoulders. Pressing out to the side. Pull those ribs in. So keep pushing that chair away. And then nice and slow. Lower. And like always, we'll add a little bit of that release there. Once you are here, we want to sit down into a fold with our legs underneath the chair. So I don't know what kind of chair you have, if it's like mine or not, but when you're ready, come down, however you get there. I have these bars, so I'm going to see if it's going to work. I'm not sure yet. Seems to work. So if yours doesn't, you could always go with a little bit of a wider leg, or even turn your chair so it's on an angle and you're able to go around the outside of the legs completely, and you still have this to explore with and to use as your stretch point. So once you have the chair there, just tuck it up, and we're going to explore again with how far and how close it is. So starting here, we're going to start with, of course, our foundation. So our legs are moving a little bit together. We're sitting up tall, join our belly inward. Let's just start, shoulders roll back. Next time that they settle back, as always, we want to find that opening, but we don't want to be pulled up stark straight. Bring the hands onto the chair, and then reach up towards the front. Back edge, yes. From there, see about drawing your chest forward. Thinking about creating this space from the shoulders, making sure we don't let them crowd to the ears, and from the hips out and low. Slide it down. Let the arms follow you, of course, shoulders, of course. If you'd like a little more, push the chair just a little further away. And then again, sitting up tall, just a little squeeze of those legs, pressing from our heels ever so slightly, lift up. Let's add even more. We add that extra, so reach to the sky, hit the torso, and then reach forward towards that chair. Leg. Those wiggles shifting as we keep grounding back through those hips, extending out from that torso. And then again, let the arms slide down, slide towards that chair. Let those shoulders roll back again. Once you're ready, we can get our legs out, so it might be easier to push your chair away. However, it's easiest, push your legs out from underneath and then scoot forward towards your chair again. That way then we can lower down onto our back. Of course, how to get there is perfect. Set those legs back up onto the chair. Feels really good having them tucked in behind our knees. Shoulders rooted. Eyes go soft. Deep breath there. Add a gentle wiggle of your fingers and toes. Encourage yourself to start to wake back up. But with this brand new way that you feel, it creates a whole new day to approach. Let the knees slide back in towards the chest. Again, maybe there's a little bit of movement there. Feeling the body slowly waking up. Giving it time to connect with the new way it feels. The way you are connecting to it. Your emotions, your thoughts. Take the right arm out to the side. Gently roll yourself there. Again, just another moment. Feel the shoulders relaxing. Just let yourself come to the seat when it feels ready to. No need to force it. Stretch out the hands and then bring them together at the heart center with the thumbs draw to you. Remember, yoga gives time. It never takes time. Thank you so much for sharing with me today. Namaste.